Welcome to Red Rank Podcast. I'm your host, The Crow Show. So today's episode, I interviewed LA Greaser, who is a TikTok and Twitch streamer. We had a super fun talk. We talked about soccer. We talked about The Outsiders. Talked about movies. Talked about spotting TikTok and YouTube celebrities in LA, and of course, we talked some Dead by Daylight. If you're watching on YouTube, this is the first video interview that I've recorded for YouTube. And the audio portion is going up on all the usual platforms, Spotify, Apple Podcasts. You'll notice in the video interview, there's a couple little audio artifacts that I couldn't quite tidy up in post-production without severely degrading the audio experience. So if you hear me heavy mouth breathing, I apologize. I'll be working on that next time. But this is my first time recording video and audio and putting the podcast on YouTube officially with video and in the audio format that we're all used to. So once again, if you could do me a big favor, rate the podcast on Spotify on your mobile app, rate the podcast on any platform you're listening on. And if you're on Apple Podcasts, if you leave a written review, I'll read it in a future episode. So without any further ado, I'm proud to present my interview with Greaser. I hope you enjoy. All right, welcome in, everybody. So I am very lucky to be sitting here with Greaser, who is a Dead by Daylight content creator, a soccer trainer by day. His pronouns are he, him. So Greaser was nice enough to agree to sit down and have a chat with us today. Greaser, welcome in. How you doing today?
Yeah, nah, thank you, man. Thank you for having me.
Yeah.
I love talking, dude. Sometimes I go crazy when I talk. This is
Oh,
a really cool
totally.
opportunity.
I noticed that when I've been in your streams lately, and I think that's really great because like it's great for podcasting. And I
Yeah,
had a friend who joined, and she was like, "I'm sorry, but I'll warn you, I talk too much." And I'm like, "That's perfect for podcasting." So,
yeah. I'm usually passionate about the things I believe in, so I go on rants.
oh yeah, I noticed
Yeah,
that. I think that's amazing because
yeah,
like there's a lot of people who are like, well, why do you play this game if you hate it so much? You've got so much criticism. But like, the thing is, I'm only speaking from my viewpoint, but like, there's a lot of love I have for this game and this community. And that's why I
yeah.
do the things I do. And I think you probably have the same kind of approach, right?
Yeah, of course, of course. I think this game can be frustrating to a lot of people, but at the same time, it could also be really fucking dope when you make a cool play or something. So
Oh,
like the lows are
totally.
lows, but the highs are like really high.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, exactly. So in the past, did you stream those other games you have listed in your Twitch profile, like Smite and Fall Guys and FIFA?
I used to be a FIFA head,
Oh,
all
is that
day
right?
FIFA. Yeah, I had
Yeah.
about 3,000 hours in FIFA. I played competitively in 2016.
Oh,
FIFA was my
nice.
thing before. Smite
Right
was also
on.
my game. Like
Okay.
I don't know if people know this, but I am not a gamer. I'm not good at video games. Smite and FIFA
Oh,
were the only two games I know how to play, like at a high
really?
level. Other than that,
Ah.
I'm really bad at games. So I used
Oh,
to
so
play those a lot.
you weren't the one of those toxic kids in the Call of Duty lobby yelling at people and stuff.
Nah, I was the one getting yelled at, like "You're
Yeah.
trash, you suck it."
I boned your mom last night. Yeah. Okay. Cool, dude.
Yeah.
So you're also a soccer trainer. How does that, like, what does that entail? What do
Oh
you do?
man,
As
this is
like,
this is a long story. I love saying this story every time.
yeah,
So I
yeah.
actually used to play college soccer, D2.
Oh,
D2.
wicked.
Yeah.
Nice.
First year I was a red shirt. Second year
Yeah.
I finally got a chance to be a starter. And in my first game, I tore my
Hmm.
ACL. Someone slide tackled me and I tore my
No
ACL.
way.
So my soccer
Oh,
was done. And I thought I
yeah.
was like fairly good at soccer and I didn't want my
Hmm.
skills to go to waste. So I used that to become a trainer. So now I train people.
Oh, that's awesome. What
Yeah.
position did you play?
Left wing and my second position
Okay.
was right back.
Wicked.
Hmm.
Oh man, that's heartbreaking. I'm sorry to hear that because I grew up playing soccer myself. I
Yeah.
played all through my youth, and my little brother, he was really good. He was he was like center back, so he was like patrolling, and him and his other center back, they had like competition for body count during games because like a lot of people don't realize just how physical
Yeah,
soccer
it
can be,
is. It
and
is.
shoulder checks, slide checks, 50-50 balls. It's intense, man.
It can be
So
dangerous too. It could be dangerous.
it can, yeah, it can be. How long have you been a soccer trainer for?
My injury happened in 2018, and I've
Hmm.
been training since. So it's been about four
Okay.
years.
Oh wow.
4 years
Oh,
training.
congrats, man. I think
Thank you,
it's
thank you.
amazing to be able to turn your previous talent into something you can give to future generations and
Yeah,
such. That's awesome.
I used to coach a couple clubs too, but I definitely prefer the training side over coaching.
Hmm.
Because when you
Okay.
coach a full team, sometimes
Hmm.
there's players that want to be there, and sometimes there's players that don't want to be there. And a
Yeah,
trainer, you only train people that want to improve, and that's what I love. I love training people that want to grow.
that's amazing.
Yeah,
That's cool. So did you have a lot of family that was into soccer growing up, or was it your own thing? Or
I was like the first one that actually started playing. From my father's side, they used to just watch soccer, not really play. So
okay.
like my dad would never miss a game when I would play. He was there for everything.
Oh, that's awesome. That's the
Yes,
best part.
yeah, he
Like
couldn't play, so he enjoyed it through me.
oh, I see.
Yeah,
Yeah, but that's the same with my brother. Like he was way better than I ever could have been. So it was fun to like cheer and root on and be a bit
yeah.
of a heckler on the sidelines. um Now your name Greaser, it comes from The Outsiders, right?
Oh, I love that movie so much.
Yeah, you want to talk about like your origin story with The Outsiders, because I understand you watched it when you were like in the sixth grade
Yeah,
and
middle school. Yeah.
kind of just had some love for The Outsiders. So for anybody who maybe doesn't know the movie, hasn't seen it, can you tell them a little bit about it and why you relate to it so much?
So I actually have a
Yeah, there you
poster right
go.
here. That's the
I
Outsiders
see
right
that.
there. Main character
Right
Pony
on.
Boy, one of my favorite characters. So the
Hmm.
Outsiders. It was of two boys that felt not respected. So they
Hmm.
ditched home, and then they would do very rebellious activities outside on the streets. But like the reason why I fell in love with greasers in general is not because of what they do, because being a greaser wasn't a good thing back in the day,
Hmm.
which is why it's
Yeah.
censored on Twitch. And I want the greaser name so bad, but you can't get it. It's just censored.
Oh, really? I didn't
Yeah,
know
no,
that.
nobody has greaser. You just can't get it.
Oh, wow. That's
So it
crazy.
wasn't a good thing back in the day to be called a greaser. It has a negative connotation. But what I fell in love
Hmm.
with was their style and the way they would
Hmm.
style their head, like their hair. I
Yeah.
used to always dress up like that. Then I found out that my style was similar to theirs. So you know what? Let me go
Hmm.
by Greaser, and that's my friends just started calling me Greaser.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah,
That's cool. My dad was kind of into that kind of style lifestyle growing up when he was a kid, like
yeah.
the slicked hair, the
Slicked
white
hair,
t-shirts, the jeans.
cuffed up
Uh,
jeans,
yeah, yeah, and
leather
friends with
jacket,
yeah, friends with the cigarette in their
the
rolled up
cigarette.
shirt,
Yeah,
the cigarettes in there. So there's pictures of him back then, and if I find any, I'll
oh,
send
that'd
them
be
your
dope.
way.
Yeah, yeah.
That's really cool, man. I was actually watching some clips of the movie just before we did this because I was like, man, I haven't seen it in so long, and I was
It's
like,
good.
shoot, now I want to watch it.
Yeah, and if you love the
It's a
movie, you'll love the book even more. The book is a good read.
nice. Yeah, I never read the book, so I'll have to check that
Yeah,
out.
that one's even better.
Yeah, and I noticed you're really into movies. I was checking out your profile, and I saw you're really into like the movie Grease as well
Hmm.
as like the Avengers
Oh my
movies, and I
gosh,
think Thor
Marvel,
Ragnarok.
Marvel,
Uh, yeah.
Marvel is so
What do
good.
you
My favorite is like Thor, Avengers, Endgame, Infinity
mhm.
War. I love those so much.
Is there any Avenger you latch onto the most, would you say?
I used to latch on to Spider Man and Iron Man together because of their
Okay.
bond. I don't
Yeah.
for those. I mean, there's no spoilers. It's already been like 3 years since this came out. So
Yeah.
so Iron Man and he has like a deep connection with Spider Man, and you could tell how much he missed him when he went away to Thanos' snap. And he just
Oh
like
yeah.
he did everything to take care of Spider Man, and that was the connection I had with a mentor of mine, the coach that helped me become a coach. So
Oh
I relate
wow.
us to them, Iron Man and Spider Man, because of that
That's
connection and bond
awesome.
that they have. Yeah,
That's always amazing when like because art can take so many different forms and we all relate to them in different kind of ways. That's why I love art. Like I never would have put that together. But that's like your life
yeah,
experience
yeah,
and
yeah,
being reflected in a movie. And for me, I relate the most to Captain America because he stands up to bullies and
yeah.
he's happy to take a beating if it means his friends won't get beat up. And
Of course.
that's kind of how I approach life. Like I'll put myself into harm's way, um, physically or mentally, before I let anybody else get hurt in my life. That's why I love Captain America so
That's dope,
much.
man. Yeah, he's such an amazing person.
Yeah. So yeah, when it came to gaming, like you mentioned some games you played in the past. Like, what do you remember? What first got you into gaming? Maybe when you were a kid.
Oh, love this question. Love this
Yeah.
question. So my older brother, he had a Nintendo 64. That was the
Hmm.
first system for sure. And the first ever video game we played together was Super Mario 64.
Oh, that's
That game,
awesome.
oh my gosh. It was so well made. I would still play it to
Yeah.
this day if I had that system. Yeah, Super Mario
Oh,
64.
totally.
Yeah.
That's that's wicked. So did you guys like take turns
Take
beating each level,
turns.
stuff like that?
My mom had to hit him with the chancla so he could finally give up the controller to me because he was older.
Yeah.
He
Oh
would offer
yeah.
me candy so I could like shorten my playtime so he could keep playing. And I was a little kid, so I would take the bait.
Oh yeah.
He was
Yeah.
so good at the bait. He's like a master baiting. He's a
Yeah.
master at baiting. Not like
Yeah.
that. Like he's
That's funny because like I can relate to that. I've got two brothers, and we would always be fighting over the Nintendo or the Super Nintendo. It's being like, it's my turn, you beat that level, it's my level next, and all this stuff. And I haven't died yet, so I can keep going. You come up with all these like little rules for
yeah.
how long you can play. So, oh, that's awesome. Did you have any like go-to snacks? Were you like a Mountain Dew Doritos kind of kid, or
He would just offer me anything from the ice cream truck. And back in the day, you could do a lot with $1. You could get a drink and
oh
chips.
yeah. Now asking a very obvious question, the name in your Twitch handle, LA Greaser. So I take it you grew up in LA.
Born and raised in LA. Always been here all my
Nice.
life. I've only left LA like twice. One time
Hmm.
to like Santa Barbara. The second time to
Okay.
Mexico to go party.
Yeah.
Move it up,
Oh, that's awesome.
but it's weird though. I live in LA, but LA actually doesn't stand for the LA in my name doesn't stand for Los Angeles. It's actually my
Oh,
initials.
really?
Yeah.
Oh, no way. Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, you could find my last
Okay.
name in my bio, but like my first name is
Yeah.
Luis.
Oh,
Luis.
that's crazy. I always just thought it was like Los Angeles, and
Those are my initials.
that's crazy. So I've got a question for you too, related to that. Like when it comes to movies, are you really drawn to movies that are set in Los Angeles? Like, do you really vibe with,
I do
like
actually.
Training Day, for example, is one of the great ones, right?
Good Training Day. Friday is a big one. It's a classic.
Yeah.
It was filmed like right down the street. Like if you go, it's those movies. I love them.
Hmm.
It's hardly
Right on.
there's hardly ever a time where they film a movie in LA and I don't see it.
Oh, that's wicked.
Yeah.
Yeah, I never thought about that because, like, yeah, I bet it's probably pretty common where you're like, oh, that street's cut off because they're recording
Yeah.
the new Batman or something like that.
Yeah, you see it all the time in LA.
That's crazy. So do you run into many celebrities
I
passing by
have.
coffee shops and such?
I've seen a lot of celebrities.
Yeah.
Most of the celebrities that I see are soccer players. I go to this
Okay.
facility where I play
Mhm.
soccer too, and sometimes
Okay.
I have some pro players go play there as well.
Hmm.
So I see a lot of soccer players.
Oh, that's wicked. That's always a cool feeling. Like I used to go to film festivals, and some of the film festivals have like actors and directors and producers that go and make sure their movie's performing well, or they just want to go and watch movies. And it's
Yeah.
crazy when you're like sitting there and like, hey, that there's Elijah Wood walking straight past me, the guy from Lord of the Rings, and looking for a seat to sit at in a movie
Yeah.
theater. And
Yeah.
it's really cool. One of the things I noticed, I don't know if you've done this in the past, but anytime the first times I started interacting with celebrities, I would say like their full name. I'd be like, Elijah Wood, hey man, what's up? But it's like you don't have to do that, right? Like
Yeah.
you can just say, hey Elijah, or hey Mr. Wood, or whatever. It's just, I think that's a weird human thing that we do. We just kind of put them on a pedestal, but then you start talking to them, and they're just people like you and me, right? They just
Yeah.
happen to be more famous.
I think the most common people that we do see here, because they always gravitate toward the same area are TikTokers and YouTubers. You see them
Oh, is
all the
that right?
time on the Hollywood Strip,
Oh,
Santa Monica
oh,
Pier. They're always there, always. If you go
oh,
to
is
the
that
pier right
right?
now, if you go to the Santa Monica Pier right now, you'll probably see the professor, the basketball player.
Oh, no way.
Yeah,
Oh,
you
that's
always see these
cool.
content creators. Yeah,
Do you ever see them doing the dances and stuff, the
I see them.
TikTok
Yeah, at the
dances?
pier.
Oh,
Yeah,
is that right?
sometimes the
Oh,
Hollywood
that's
Strip.
crazy. No way.
Yeah.
That's awesome. When it comes to content creation, what first got you into Twitch? Like what was the first kind of light did you
Oh
have a
man.
light bulb moment when you're like, okay, I want to do this?
So before I used to do like just like low key streams where I would stream for my one or two buddies that just wanted to see my
Hmm.
gameplay.
Yeah.
They were just interested. And one time, one of my
Okay.
boys, he's a founder of my channel. His name is CR. He
Hmm.
said, "Gracer, I'll pay you $10 right now if you add TTV to the end of your name on your console account." I was like, "No, then people are gonna know I'm streaming." Like that's the point. I feel like you could do
Yeah.
it.
Oh yeah.
And thankfully to CR, he gave me the $10. I put TTV on my name. And now we're streaming, and that was about 4 years
Oh.
ago.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah,
That's really cool. So you just kind of did it for your friends, and then it kind of
yeah,
morphed into something bigger than that.
yeah. Now I do it. Just do it every
That's
day.
wicked. Was there any kind of series of events that happened? Because I've noticed your audience is growing. It seems like you're always streaming to like a really good sized audience. Was there any kind of anything you did that helped elevate that, or
The stream team that I'm with basically is the people that I normally Swift with. Awesome
mhm.
creators. I'm pretty sure you guys have heard of them. Junebug,
Oh yeah,
dope as
yeah.
individual. Swarm. Who doesn't watch Swarm? You're living under a rock. Deadly Naya.
Exactly.
Like
Yeah,
that's my Swift right there. And fortunately, they have very lovely communities that I'm grateful to be a part of. And a lot of our
yeah.
people like we usually share the same community.
That's awesome. Yeah, I've noticed a lot of crossover because I'll
Yeah,
be in all of their streams, and I'll be like, hey, that was a sick play, or
yeah,
grabbing clips, or whatever. And yeah, it's cool that sense of community of talking with the same people, but in
yeah,
like
yeah.
different streams. That's awesome.
Yeah,
I
our
was I was
community is
gonna
very
ask
special. Yeah.
I was gonna ask you my follow up question to that is like, how did you run into the Bald Squad, and what was do you remember like the origin story there?
The origin. Um,
Yeah.
I don't really watch like the first people that I used to watch, but it did start with Tony. I don't know if you know Tony the
Okay.
Duff. Tony the
Yep.
Duff.
Yeah, I know Tony. Yeah.
Yeah, it started off there. I was brand new to Dead by Daylight. I saw they were going for flashlight plays. I was like, what? You can
Yeah.
do more than just self care in the corner? Sign me up.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
used to
Oh,
bring Urban
totally.
Evasion. I thought Urban Evasion was the best perk in the game. I was
Oh,
like,
no
wait,
way.
why are you clicking at the killer? He's gonna see you.
Yeah.
And then they actually saw like this is fun. So it all
Oh,
started there,
yeah.
and then it branched out to the rest of the streamers, and I just became part of the community.
Oh, that's awesome, dude. Yeah, and I actually had a run in with you and Batman about a year ago. I sent you a clip of that. That
Yeah.
was funny. So for anybody listening, I posted a clip on Twitter, and I was like, that feeling when you run into Greaser and Batman, and they flashlight blind you 6 times for 6 saves. This was a little over a year ago, and
Yeah.
for some reason I went like that night I was like, I should turn this into content. I got like 6 or 7 clips of Greaser and Batman just absolutely destroying me, but it was all in good fun, right? Like
Yeah.
there was nothing malicious about it behind me or you or Batman. It was just, you guys taught me a lesson that day. And it was by the end of it I was just giggling. Like a lot
Yeah.
of people in that scenario get upset, but like we there's no rule book for how you're supposed to play Dead by
Hmm.
Daylight. Like if you want to fix gens and leave, that's cool, but like it's kind of boring. If you want to
Yeah.
get in
Yeah.
chases, that's more fun. But if you want to like run with friends and get like locker saves,
Hmm.
pallet saves,
Hmm.
flashlight saves, flashbang saves, like you're adding all these fun elements to the game. And that
Yeah.
I don't know, I think it's another way of having fun. Like you said, like when you're first watching Tony and the guys, like you're like, they're clicking at the killer and they're gonna see you, dude. What are you doing? But like Yeah, that was funny. You guys like got 2 flashlight saves at the open exit gate, and I was just like, okay, all right. And I was watching old clips. I was like, wait, that's Greaser. That's Batman. What the fuck?
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
that
that
was
usually
fun.
happens. I mean, with killers like you and other killers with
Yeah.
the same playstyle, we're always so
Hmm.
grateful for the people that don't take this game serious. And we saw
Yeah.
that you're playing Bubba, my favorite killer in the
Yeah.
game. That's one,
Oh
right?
yeah.
That's one positive. Two, you
Yeah.
weren't camping any hooks, like you weren't showing any
Hmm.
like you weren't slugging, nothing too crazy. I was like,
Hmm.
man, this guy is fun. Like, let's
Yeah.
extend the game as long as possible to
Oh yeah.
appreciate this moment because we don't get killers that are this fun. So
Yeah.
we were just having fun. Really, it was all with love.
Oh, totally. Yeah, and that's how I took it too. And that was the fun part because I was like, even at the open exit gate, I was like, no, I'm not gonna down you there. You're just gonna get another flashlight save. I was like, I'm done with you guys. And then I did it. And then like one of you just came out of like the top ropes, like
That would be
elbow
me.
dropped me in the face. Yeah. Gracer elbow dropped me from the top ropes and saved Batman. But it was fun and goofy and silly, and the community needs more of that, you know? Like
Oh man,
I
I'll get into it. Woo.
yeah, well let's get into it cuz like
Oh man,
I'll give you one example. I've been trying to learn Billy lately, but 95% of my games, the survivors, they just rip through gens and leave instantly.
yeah,
And I'll miss a couple. Billy is a very punishing killer. If you miss his attack and you collide with stuff, it's very punishing. So
gotta make
when
sure we
you're not
nerf him.
pressuring people, yeah, that's right.
Gotta make sure we nerf Billy.
Yeah, and you got me thinking about this kind of stuff too, because you were like, you're playing against one of the most fun killers in the game, and you rarely see him because Billy got
Yeah,
so
yeah.
nerfed. Like, why do people just like want to fix gens and leave and have like a 6 minute round versus Billy rather
Dude,
than
hear me out. I hear this across entire Twitch, all of Dead by Daylight. I hear this all the time, and even I say these things too. I can go a full day and tell me if you don't relate, bro. I could go a full
yeah.
day with boring games, nothing but sweats, playing as Survivor. I'm a Survivor main. I'm a Survivor main, and I hardly play Survivor now because I'm scared of playing Survivor because I know it's gonna bring
Hmm.
my mood down. You can
Oh
go all
yeah.
day complaining about these boring killers, and when you finally get a Billy with no gen pricks, maybe going for curves, what's the first thing that
Hmm.
survivors do? Let's gen rush them. Like,
Yeah.
like let's
Oh
end the
yeah.
match as quick as possible so you can go into the next match against another sweaty kid. Like, chill.
Yeah.
You guys know it's been boring games. I know it's been
Yeah.
boring games.
Oh
So
yeah.
whenever I identify a fun killer, I try to enjoy it
Hmm.
as long as possible. Appreciate it. Take it in. Because
Yeah.
then you're gonna go into the next
Oh
match
yeah.
and it's gonna be really boring and you're not gonna see that Billy again.
Oh yeah.
So I
Yeah.
don't. That's why I don't play
It's
them no more. I don't. People don't take that into consideration. I my matches end in less than 4 minutes when I play Billy.
hmm
So I'm like very discouraged to play a really fun killer.
Oh yeah. Yeah, and that's the thing. Like, I always say this, whether I'm off stream or streaming on Twitch, I'll be like, I really hope these survivors respect the fact that I've got no slowdown. I'm not running like, I'm not slugging people. I'm not
Nope.
acting weird.
Nope.
And if I wanted to do that, that's fine. If I want to play like 4 slowdowns, that's fine. But it's fucking boring to play
Yeah,
against,
dude.
right?
And yeah,
If I want to slug everybody at 5 gens, I can do that. But that's boring.
yeah,
Um, but the thing is, like, I had a game last night. I was running Huntress with just aura reading, no gen protection, no slowdown stuff. I was just going for cool shots, and I did
yeah,
get a couple cool shots. And it was a 2K for me, and I was just going for hooks and shots, and not really like, okay, I got to protect this 3 gen. I got to do this and that. I was just like, oh, I'm just going to try hit people from across the map.
yeah,
They got pissed off at me in the end game. They're like, "You're so bad, get good." And I'm like, bro, and they're running like prove thyself and like 2 circle of healing and just like toolboxes, med kits, and
brand new parts.
yeah. I was just like, what are we talking about? We're playing 2 different games
GG
here. And
easy baby killer. Next match they get a
yeah.
nurse. Next match they get a nurse with ranged recharge. Sends them to midwich with Agi, Starstruck, Pain
Oh
Resonance,
yeah.
Deadman Switch. Man, this game is
Yeah.
boring. I wish I had that Huntress again.
Exactly. Yeah, I think that's one the root of a lot of the problems with this community.
Yeah.
Everybody has different expectations. So I go into that game going, okay, I'm going to try hit some cool shots. I'm just going to chase people. I'm going to read auras and try to surprise them with some hits. And I more or less did accomplish that. But them, they're going, okay, we got to fix 5 gens and like leave immediately and not go down and blah blah blah. And so I don't get it.
I think
So,
the funniest, most entitled complaint I've ever heard is one time I played killer, right?
yeah.
One person took chase, dropped every pallet on the map. Man's is like
Oh
a
wow.
comp fanatic, lives for comp
Yeah.
in public games, by the way. Dropped
Yeah.
every pallet. I wasn't able to down nobody. I'm playing Billy and I'm trying to go for curves, and it's really easy to counter a curve Billy when you just pre-drop.
Oh
All
yeah.
gens got done. I got 0 hooks. I finally down him.
Oh.
One hook, gates are opened, and they get mad that I'm camping. What do you want me to
Really?
do? Let you off for free? I'm
Yeah.
trying. I'm trying to like
Yeah.
fight back.
Oh yeah.
They want. They want.
Yeah.
They want to get no interaction with the killer so they can have a perfect game. And it's funny because
Yeah.
a lot of people. I've made some controversial posts on Twitter. A lot of people
Hmm.
think that I just talk because I'm a survivor man and I don't. I'm someone that doesn't play killer. I actually complain more about survivors. Just FYI, I play both sides
Oh yeah.
evenly, and I
Yeah.
hate survivors more than killer. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, and I've seen some of your takes, and
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
the thing is, the things you say are very measured, and you back it up with a good argument.
yeah.
You're not just saying like Nerf Swift, they're too OP. You'll say quite the opposite
Yeah,
actually,
no.
but
If I'm
like,
killer, I will dodge a lobby if they look like solo queue players. I will
mhm,
actively look for a Swift because a Swift
yeah,
not only plays more altruistically, and we all know that
hmm,
altruism is the real kill in the game.
yeah,
They tend to interact and try to save each other more, which then allows
oh
the
yeah,
killer more chase time, more blood points because you'll get more hooks through that.
yep, yep,
Like killers don't understand it. They treat it like it's a sin to play with friends.
hmm,
You can't play in the
yeah.
Swift. It's a sin.
That's true. I never actually, again, I never thought about that. How many times have I died because I'm trying to save my friend who's on the
Exactly.
hook with
Yeah.
the exit gate open, somebody already left, and I'm like, I can't leave without Des, dude.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
I gotta go get her.
yeah.
Uh, I want to rewind the clock just a little bit. Like, how did you get into Dead by Daylight, and did you have a core group of friends you played with at the start?
Oof. Okay, so I started Dead by Daylight in 2018 with my
Okay.
boy CR, which paid for my TTV and my name.
Oh,
Uh,
right. Yeah, yeah.
so 2018 OG player, but I only played it for like 2 weeks because I hated the game. I was
Oh,
brand
yeah.
new, and for some reason, the second I downloaded the game, I was already getting tunneled every game. I was like,
Yeah.
"What? I don't know how to play this. This isn't fun. I'm just dying every game." So I
Oh,
let it
yeah.
go. I re-downloaded it in 2020 at the start of the pandemic, and
Hmm.
one of the first people that I met was Batman, which is my boy.
Cool.
I get excited every time I
Yeah.
see him to this day.
Oh, yeah.
And him and I, we basically learned how to use flashlights together. He learned a little bit
Hmm.
before me, and he taught me how to
Yeah.
use them.
Oh, that's awesome.
That's my guy right there.
That's cool. I love that. It's important to have those connections because a friend of mine, his name's Pickle Soup.
Yeah.
He's the one who introduced me to Dead by Daylight. But the thing is, he knew a lot about the game. So at the beginning, we'd be on comms. He'd be like, "Okay, the killer has barbecue and chili, so just a heads up." I'm like, What's barbecue and chili?" And he's like, "Oh man," he's like, "You gotta." I was like, why can't I run really fast? I'm running sprint burst. I don't know. It's called sprint burst. I'm like, I ran away from the killer, but I didn't run fast. He's like, it's because you're still exhausted. And I'm like, what the fuck is exhausted, dude? I was like, there's too much of this stupid game. So
Yeah.
I uninstalled real quick too, because
Yeah.
it felt like it was very exclusive to the people who are really into it. But like once you learn all of the status effects and some of the perks, it definitely makes it a lot more enjoyable. So
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, I actually got back into it in the Chains of Hate chapter with Serena and Desslinger. So that's when I
Okay.
reinstalled, and
Okay.
that's where my journey started, basically with DBD.
Ooh, when my favorite map in the game was introduced,
Oh yeah, yeah.
Dead
That's
Dog.
like That's like the streamer favorite, isn't it?
That's Clip City. I call it the backyard.
Yeah, it's great. Now, you were trying to help me out one time with locker safes with the
Yeah,
flashlight.
yeah.
Now, that's when somebody jumps in a locker. Just for anybody listening, that's when one of your friends jumps in a locker. The killer grabs them out of the locker. Meanwhile, you're kind of off to the side at a different angle, and you hit the killer with the flashlight,
Yeah.
and they jump off the shoulder. There, that's a locker save.
Mm-hmm.
I think you said that you have to start your flashlight when the locker makes a creak sound, right? Like
There's a
it
squeak, and you go right after the
squeak
squeak. Yeah, it's
right
squeak
after the
beam,
squeak.
squeak beam,
Yeah,
like that
yeah.
at that tempo.
Oh, okay. When it starts to close, right? Like they open it, and
Yeah,
then it squeaks right after they grab them.
yeah.
Okay, I'll work on that. I've never attempted one,
Yeah,
so
there's also Iron Maiden saves. If a killer has Iron Maiden, it pulls survivors out quicker. So you gotta adjust your
mhm.
timings there.
Oh yeah. And then some people mess with you and they run fire up, and that
Fire up,
throws off your timing.
yeah, it throws us off. But the second we realize a killer has fire up, we still hit those.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah,
Oh
we'll
man,
probably
that's
miss the first
crazy.
one, but if we know you have fire up,
Yeah,
we're gonna adjust.
yeah. Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, I remember somebody gave me shit one time, and I was like, I was going for that challenge where it was like get 6 flashlight or blind the killer 6 times. Um,
I love that
one time I
challenge.
ran into I ran into a killer who had Lightborn. So he's breaking the pallet, and I put the flashlight on his face, and I was like, "Wait, he has Lightborn." And somebody in my chat was like, "Haha, it took you way too long to realize he had Lightborn." Like I was just like in shock. That's all it was. Like, what's like the ultimate cop build for a killer for who doesn't want to have fun versus somebody like
If you don't
you
want to
who's
have
going
fun,
for
just bring Lightborn. I promise you,
yeah.
if you don't want me to go for flashlight saves, I will go finish all 5 gens in less than 3 minutes and make sure you get 0 hooks and go to the next
Yeah.
game. If you don't want us to like
Yeah.
hang out and go for
Yeah.
fun, what we consider fun, then we'll go sit
Yeah.
on gens and give you a boring time and just leave. Because that's what
Yeah.
they're asking for. If they're saying, I don't want flashlight saves, I want you to go sit on gens, don't complain when you get gen rushed. That's all I'm saying.
Hmm. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's what that's what cracks me up about when I run into flashlight players. Sometimes I'll just straight up nod at them. Like I'll be
Yeah.
like, after I down somebody, I'll be like, okay, here we go. Let's see. And I'll look right at the person who's like
Yeah.
behind a rock, and I'll pick them up, and they'll fumble. And it makes it so funny for me. And I'll just kind of like stand there with the person on my shoulders and like shake my head like you failed, dude. It's
Yeah.
doing
And
stuff like that. It's so fun.
when we play
Oh, go
killer,
ahead.
like people ask, what are we supposed to do? Are we supposed to just give it to them? Like, no, like you can look at a
Hmm.
wall, just keep picking up, look away from them, 180 pick, look up, and they're
Yeah.
trying to beam you. The issue is when you start slugging and you're like completely paranoid. You're taking 3 minutes to look every single corner to make sure nobody. At that point, you're just begging us to go for saves. Like,
Oh yeah.
do you want us to be
Yeah.
around you off of gens, or do you want us to sit on gens? Which one is it? And like
That's
most times,
true.
if you guys see my streams, I've even posted clips of me getting CJ'd because of how excited
Yeah.
I get seeing other people go
Oh
for fun
yeah.
stuff. I love
Yeah.
seeing that. Most times I
Oh
give
yeah.
people free saves and they miss it either way.
Yeah.
Like flashlights is one of the few things in this game that actually requires skill. Flashlights,
Hmm.
flashbangs, altruistic
Hmm.
plays, that requires skill in this game, in my opinion.
Yeah,
So
that's true.
yeah.
Yeah. And again, it's a lot more fun than holding M1 on a generator, right?
I could be on my phone. I could be on my phone
Yeah.
and I completed 2 gens already. Like
That's right.
I'm not having fun right there.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. So besides like hitting these cool clips and like saving your friends and stuff, is there anything else that keeps you playing Dead by Daylight?
Definitely with my friends, playing with my friends. Flashlight. If flashlights weren't in the game, I would not play
Hmm.
this game no more.
Yeah.
I do understand to not be biased. I'm gonna talk from the other point of view too. As a killer, something I do
Hmm.
disagree with, and I would be okay with getting rid of is double lockers. I know double lockers can have
Oh.
zero counterplay against a really
Hmm.
good flashlight players. So
Yeah.
I would agree with getting rid of double lockers, but not locker
Oh
saves
yeah.
because locker saves require
Yeah.
skill. Double lockers, that's
Hmm.
kind of messed up to the killer. So I'm okay with getting rid of that. Um,
Yeah.
and then taking chase. You will never see me hiding from a killer. Even if I'm dead on hook, I'm
Hmm.
injured. I'm still gonna go to the killer. Chase me,
Yeah.
because that's what I find fun. Like, I'm one of
Yeah.
those weird individuals where I actively encourage a killer to tunnel me, because
Oh, right on.
in 2022, like, you need to spoon feed killers free hits so they can commit to chase. If they miss one
Hmm.
swing, oh, gotta go back to my hook, gotta go back to my gen,
Yeah.
gotta go dry kick it with overcharged Call O'Brien. Like, so if I'm getting tunneled, I'm getting chased, and I love getting chased. So
Yeah.
yeah,
That's cool. I think that's a good mindset. I think more of us need that because, like, I think Scott Jund said this. It's like when you're interacting with the killer, that's way more fun than just
yeah,
like sitting on a gen, not
yeah.
doing anything. So
I'd rather
that's
die
pretty
in the
cool.
game. I'd rather die than to
Hmm.
not get found at all. To be honest,
Yeah, that's a good point. Now, I was curious, what's like your go-to build when you're
go to
playing
build.
Survivor? Yeah.
If I'm playing Survivor, my go to build is always Bond.
Hmm.
Bond. I love seeing where my teammates are at, so I could go lurk, follow chase for a flashlight save. Built to
Yeah.
last because I use my beamer a lot, a
Oh
lot.
yeah.
So
Yeah.
any opportunity I get to blind the killer, I'm gonna take it. I try to use my beamer for flashlight saves, but if we want to get funny and blind the killer while they're breaking a breakable door, I'm gonna do it. Um,
Yeah.
so built to last to refill my beamer. Sprint burst has been the new thing since killers wanted to complain so much about nerfing Dead Hard. Well, guess what? I'm gonna use sprint burst now, and guess what?
Yeah.
Sprint burst is gonna be more annoying than Dead Hard now. And guess
Oh,
what?
it is.
Killers are gonna be like, bring back old Dead Hard. I don't like sprint burst. I'm like, nope, nope. And now I'm gonna pre-leave the gen when you're on your way here. And then
That it is.
the fourth perk,
Yeah.
since they wanted to nerf my crutch, Iron Will.
Hmm.
The new Iron Will for me is off the record. It gives you
Yeah.
the BT for 80 seconds endurance, but that's not what I use it
Yeah.
for. I use it because it
Yeah.
actually gives you 100% Iron Will for 80 seconds, and that's what I love.
Yeah. Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah,
It's funny. I find myself doing that when I'm playing killer. I'm like, you sprint burst life having
right,
motherfucker,
right.
whatever they have. I'm
Me
like,
too.
they're just gone. They're gone.
They
You're
make
like,
so much. It's
shit.
worse than Dead Hard. It's worse.
Yeah.
I'm telling you.
Yeah. And
As you
I
get more
was,
hours, like you learn to understand what
mhm,
the true like issue is in DVD. And
yeah.
yeah,
And let's be honest, I was Dr. Fuck Dead Hard
yeah,
on
right.
TikTok. I was
Yeah,
I was
no.
like leading that campaign, Nerf Dead Hard, and man, it just shifts it. It just shifts it to Sprint Burst and
Yeah, and don't get me wrong.
life.
I used
But
to hate Dead Hard too. I
yeah.
would get a crazy mind game out of TL, hit
Hmm.
somebody, but they use Dead Hard, so I would
Yeah.
miss or get the immunity frames, and then because of that
Yeah.
beautiful mind game that I had that could have ended the chase in 15 seconds, now got extended to
Hmm.
an extra minute because of Dead Hard.
Oh yeah.
That
Yeah.
was annoying to me. That was annoying to me. Yeah,
Yeah. And that was my main thing because I would show clips where I'm like, okay, there was an uncounterable play. There was no play for me to
yeah,
be able to. There's no chase mechanic, no mind. Like the mind
yeah,
game was
yeah,
already done. It's like,
yeah,
okay, here we go. Dead hard vaults through a window. Okay, another 90 seconds of me
yeah,
chasing this person, and it is what it is. I
yeah,
was going to ask you too, like, because the Dead by Daylight's gone through quite a bit of changes since the mid chapter update. You know, like
yeah,
killers recover from successful hits faster. They kick gens faster. They break doors faster, break pallets faster. So in theory, chases will be slower.
mm-hmm.
Now, the thing is with the Resident Evil Project W chapter, it was a little bit more survivor sided in terms of like the tools that survivors get. Like, I don't have notes on this, but like reassurance is really good.
yeah,
Um, for like a face camping killer versus
yeah,
a face camping killer. Wiretap is kind of it's an information one. It's
yeah.
very situational.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and what's that other Rebecca perk where?
I haven't used the new Survivors. Not familiar
Oh,
with the
you
perks.
haven't, eh?
I haven't. Just
Yeah. So
Western.
yeah, Rebecca has one where basically you can combine it with Detective's Hunch, and you
Mm-hmm.
can fix gens really
Oh yeah,
fast,
it's a,
like
I forgot the name
crazy
of it.
fast.
No,
Yeah,
not hyper focus, right? It's
hyper focus. Yeah, yeah,
it
that's the
is.
one.
So if you hit a
Yeah,
great
hyper
skill check,
focus.
the gen repair time increases each time.
Yeah, you get a token for each one, and then
Okay.
you can just rip right through a generator. There's
Oh
people
man.
online who've posted like doing a gen solo for like 35 seconds.
But
Like,
flashlights are the issue.
yeah,
But
that's
flashlights are the
right.
issue.
Yeah. I think that like flashlights are probably in the perfect spot right now, like in
Yeah.
terms of, remember toolboxes, they nerfed that like a couple years ago. I don't want to say they're worthless because they're obviously really still really good,
Yeah.
but they used to be even better.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And med kits are still really strong. You can
That's an
do a lot of
issue. Yep.
crazy stuff with med kits,
Yep.
like the instant heals, healing mid chase. Not even using a syringe to heal mid chase. It's crazy. But
Look, to any die-hard killer mains watching this right now, listening on Spotify,
mhm.
subscribe to Crow on Twitch. To
Thanks, man.
anybody listening right now, what do you prefer? And be honest. Be honest with yourself. Don't let your little ego get in the way of this. Would
Yeah.
you like a match where the survivors are all going for flashlight saves, giving you more
Hmm.
hooks than you would actually get if we were just sitting on gens,
Yeah.
constantly interacting with you? The match is like, I don't know, 10 minutes long rather than 3 minutes.
Hmm.
Everybody's death on hook, but they're still going for flashlight saves, and you're getting really annoyed, but they're still there with you. 5 gens are still up. Or would you
Yeah.
prefer the match ends in 3 minutes? You have one hook, and they take the three out. The survivors leave.
Oh
Like, you
yeah.
cannot tell
Yeah.
me you had more fun against a gen rushing squad because you hate flashlights that much. And I
Yeah.
think the issue with this is either two things, and I'm gonna be completely blunt. I don't like to
Yeah.
sugarcoat things.
Hit us with it.
Cancel me, fight me. Nah, imagine. So one, no disrespect to any streamers, and I'm not gonna say any name, but something
Yeah.
that I'm very opposed is when people with huge platforms encourage the most boring gameplay. Oh, you can
Hmm.
counter a flashlight squad using Lightborn, or
Yeah.
or you can counter them by slugging. Like, you're encouraging boring playstyles. So
Hmm.
either they're listening to their favorite streamer and they listen to because they worship them and they start using
Yeah.
everything that they say, or they use overcharged color Brian and only dry kick gens instead of killing. They forget that they're the killer in the game.
Oh yeah.
Or
Yeah.
two, to be completely honest, which is completely fine, and I understand this one. They're probably people that complain about flashlight squads tend to have less than 1,000 hours. They haven't played this
That's
game
true.
enough. They haven't played this game enough to understand what the real issue is. And I get it.
Hmm.
It's annoying, but annoying and toxic are two different things. I flashlights
Yeah.
can be annoying, especially if you're trying to win. They're annoying. I
Oh
agree with
yeah.
you. But toxic,
Yeah.
I want you to hear four gens pop at the same time. Let me know what's more toxic.
Oh yeah.
Let me know what's more toxic
Exactly.
there. And once you get
Yeah.
more hours in the game, then you'll learn what the real issue is as killer.
Yeah. Yeah. Uh, you raise a good point because like with the flashlights, how many times have you been on TikTok and you're like, oh my god, this person they clicked their flashlight at me. I'm gonna fucking tunnel them out and I'm gonna get them. I'm gonna put them on a hook, and like that happens every day,
Yeah, it
right?
does, it does, it does.
Um, I think I did that at one point, but you're right. It was
No,
probably
same.
because
When
I was like under 1,000 hours.
exactly, and I respect that because we're still new, we're still learning. I was the same
Hmm.
way. I got locker
Hmm.
CJ'd when I had like 400 hours as Wraith, and I was like, "What was a locker
Oh,
CJ?" I was trying to open the locker.
yeah. So when I ran into somebody playing on old Haddonfield, and he was clicking his flashlight at me, and I remember this night because I was like, oh, he just wants to be chased. That's all there
Yeah,
is to it. He wants me to chase him, so I'll keep chasing him. And it doesn't mean like I'm better than you. I'm gonna own you. It's just like, yo, keep chasing me, or you're just saying hi. It's like
yeah,
a friendly little thing. Like,
yeah, yeah.
and I myself, I teabag a lot. It's just a reaction at this point, and like when I'm waiting for a killer to break a pallet, I'll just do it. And
Yeah, yeah,
some
yeah.
people are like,
Nah,
"That's so
same, same,
rude,
same, same, same.
disrespectful," and like, heaven forbid you go down within the next 5-10 seconds. Then you
Yeah,
didn't earn that teabag, but I was just
exactly,
having fun. Like it's fun for me. It's not.
exactly, exactly, exactly. And a common
So
thing is, so again, speaking from the other point of view, because I do play both sides. Trust me,
yeah.
I do. I'm not just a survivor main. I play under. Most of my streams, people are calling me a killer main now because I hardly touch survivor.
Hmm.
Um, Something I don't condone. And disclaimer, I
Yeah.
love the comp setting. I love it. I'm a fan
Hmm.
of it. I look it up on YouTube and I watch it and I learn from it. However, I love it and support it in a comp setting,
Yeah.
comp tournaments and in custom games where everybody's on the same page. The second it gets brought
Hmm.
into a public game where a killer
Yeah.
is just like chilling and vibing, that's fucked up.
Hmm.
That's not funny to
Yeah.
me. I don't support that pre-dropping pallets, um, taking
Hmm.
the three out when the killer only has one hook and the game's like that's not cool to me. That's not what I
Yeah.
encourage. I encourage people that actively go for fun and play this game for
Hmm.
fun with flashlights. Doing the comp stuff in public games, that's not my thing. I don't support that. Only in comp
Hmm.
settings again.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's a really good point because yeah, I'll get people commenting on my TikToks. They'll be like, "Well, I play in tournaments and I play in comp, and this is what we do." And I'm like, "I'm just some guy
Yeah, cool.
playing
Like,
with
what are you
randoms
achieving
and
from it?
yeah,
What are you achieving from beating somebody that's playing Freddy and just like vibing, listening to music while playing video games? Like, come on now.
yeah, yeah." That's
Yeah.
awesome. I'm learning a lot from you today in terms of like
I'm telling you, I'm passionate
how
about
to
how I
approach a
see it.
game.
I'm telling you,
Yeah.
dude. I have over 4,000 hours. I do not
Hmm.
care to win in this game. Of course, I prefer to win over losing because nobody plays a game and says, I'm going to go lose right now. Let's be real.
Yeah.
Winning is better than
Hmm.
losing. However, winning is in my focus. I'd rather have fun. If I'm playing the killer, I'm going for 8 hooks. If I hit 8 hooks, that was a lot of activity that happened in that game. 8 hooks, I'm set. Whether they get a 4 out, I don't care. Anything
Yeah.
past 8 hooks is a plus for me. If I get a
Hmm.
2K with only 2 hooks and I face camp, how is that rewarding in any way? I want to get
Yeah.
hooks. I want to be able to tell people I shit on them with a cool mind game at a TL. Did it eight
Hmm.
times. Like, that's interaction right there. That's me having fun.
Oh
And
yeah.
I think that's the
Yeah.
focus. Fun. People don't know that
Oh
winning
yeah.
and fun is like it's two different things.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's the thing. Like, I'll quote unquote win a game as survivor or killer, and sometimes I'm like, that wasn't
Oh,
a good
yeah,
time.
it
Like, it
was
was
not.
stressful. It was annoying.
Yeah.
Um, Last night I had a weird game where, again, I was huntress, going for chases, going for cool shots, and the team played pretty altruistic, which was
Yeah.
fun because I
Mm-hmm.
was interacting with them all. We were I was like, okay, well, I'm not gonna like super sweat for like hatchet throws. I'm just gonna like try predict their movement and like throw slow hatchets and try cool angles. And at the end
Yeah.
of the game, I got a 3K, and
Had fun while doing it.
it was like 9, 10 hooks or something like that, maybe 11,
Yep.
and they blasted me in the end game chat. I was like, whoa, like, are you guys
Whoa.
okay? Like, they fixed all the gens too,
Yeah.
and they were mad at me, and they were like, "Get good, you fucking suck," and all this stuff. I'm like, "We,
Okay, they're just
I thought
wilding
we
right
were
there.
chilling." It's like I thought we were chilling,
Yeah, yeah.
Like, I wasn't like being super rude. I wasn't, and that's the thing. Like, I think another big problem with this community is everybody has different definitions of what a win is and what
That's true.
having
Yeah.
fun is, and
True. True. True.
like, it's so strange to me.
Well, damn it. Yeah. And then
But yeah, that's
I've had those groups of survivors too, where they actually understood what I did as a killer. I was playing
mhm,
Bubba, 12 hooks. I got a
yeah,
4K. You would imagine people get mad because I got a 4K. They all said
yeah.
GG. Someone came into my chat and said, "Thank you for not being a camping Bubba." Like
Oh yeah.
they accepted they lost fairly.
Yeah.
Who
Oh
which
yeah.
Bubba gets 12 hooks?
Yeah. Yeah.
12 hooks as Bubba. And they were very grateful about it. They had a positive response.
Oh, that's cool. That's I think that's what keeps me going sometimes. It's those good interactions
Yeah,
where
yeah,
it's
yeah.
like you're on the same page and you're chilling, and they go, "Hey, that was fun. Like, you're a good Bubba boy," and something like
Yeah.
that. And again,
Mm-hmm.
like the interaction we had about a year ago, like,
Yeah.
at first I was really annoyed. I was like, "Oh, they got me again!" But like, it reached a point where I was like, "Oh shit, okay, they got me."
Yeah.
So, um,
Yeah, man.
yeah, I wanted to rewind the clock a little bit in
Yeah.
terms of like, just earlier what we were talking about. Like, I think I think I know who you're talking about, but like, again, we don't want to name names. We don't want
Of
to
course.
like
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
hurl
Mm-hmm.
mud at anybody in the community. Um, but when you reach a certain size in this community, it's you start to have some real influence on the way people think, even the way people tweet at other people. and it draws weird lines in the sand.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought about talking about that particular situation on this podcast and like in a standalone episode, but I was like, I'd probably just be contributing to that and just
Yeah,
adding
yeah,
more fuel to the fire.
yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
it sounds
No,
to me like you're very conscious of these kinds of things.
yeah,
And
I'm very blunt about what I say, but I also think about what I say too. And
yeah.
trust me, recently, like especially on my Twitter, um,
Hmm.
I thought I said something in a respectful way, but I
Hmm.
stated my opinion, and
Hmm.
hundreds of people were coming at me talking shit to me, and then I
Yeah.
saw who they support. I'm like, see, they share the same mentality as the streamer that they
Hmm.
support, and the streamer
Yeah.
is like not a fan of. We have completely two different. We're polar opposites.
Oh
They
yeah.
This game is like Swift $1,000 tournament every match. Me like chill, bro. You're playing Dead by
Yeah.
Daylight. Like go get scared by a Michael Myers or something. Like,
Yeah. Oh yeah. How did you handle that situation? Because I saw some of the responses,
I
and
just
that
laughed
shit's
at it, to be honest.
stressful.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, you did.
I got that was like my first taste of what it felt like to be a content creator. Where you like
Okay.
you see all these
Yeah.
YouTube, all these people. Like I'm very small. Trust me, I know. I'm not.
Hmm.
I know I'm a
Yeah.
small creator, but that was like my first taste sample at what it meant to be, or what it felt like to be a content creator. You just hearing a bunch
Hmm.
of negative shit and you just brush it off.
Yeah.
Soon they'll learn
That's
what the real issue is in the game.
yeah. I think that's a really good point because like if you engage in those interactions and consume a lot of energy with that, that's how you get burnt out, and that's how you'll maybe go down a path where you're like, maybe this isn't for me because everybody's mean to me and rude to me online.
Yeah,
And it's like, these people have no faces. You don't know who they are. You know, you've never had coffee with this person. You're never going to have a meal with them.
yeah, yeah,
Never
yeah.
going to sit down and have a civil conversation. And
Hmm.
that's something that I have to be conscious of all the time
Yeah,
because I literally ban like a dozen people every week on
that's
TikTok, if not
crazy.
more.
That's
People
crazy.
just being like, "Fuck you, PC player! You're 50 years old playing Dead by Daylight." I'm like, "Oh, dude!" Like you hear that like
They're
dozens of
wildin'.
times. Yeah, it's it's crazy to me how
Yeah.
crazy people can be online, and
Hmm.
but that's the thing. Like when you reach a certain size, um, that that taste of like being a bigger content creator, everybody goes through it. Like you
Hmm.
can I've seen the most wholesome content creators post something and people will pick it apart and they'll be like
Crazy.
it'll be more a reflection of that person hurling insults at something that's otherwise just positive and good for the world. And yeah, it doesn't matter who you are
Yeah,
and
yeah, yeah.
what you do in this world. There's always going to be some people there who are just upset that you're enjoying some success, and they
Always, man.
feel the need to with their anime profile picture say, "You're a fucking loser. Here's why you're wrong." And it's weird to me.
Wait, this guy's
um,
successful? What?
yeah, yeah,
I gotta do
flip the
something about
table.
this. I
Yeah,
gotta. Ah!
yeah, I gotta ruin Greaser's day.
Like what? He
Look at
said
this.
he's smiling. Mm. My blood is boiling. Ugh.
Yeah,
I'm a tunnel him.
that's yeah, yeah. The you joke, but like that happens.
Yeah, I
Like
know, dude.
one time I posted a TikTok where I was literally just laughing and giggling at a survivor. Like I was in Insidious Bubba at an open exit gate. There's only one person left. There's a 50-50 chance. Oh, well, I guess 33% chance they're going to come through the exit gate. So I'm waiting there and I'm like, okay, I'm just going to whack them as soon as they run by. And so as they run by, I could hear them running. They were injured. I was like, oh, here comes the Yui. I'm going to get her. And she runs to the exit gate. She comes within attack range, and I go to M1 attack her with Bubba, and she dead hards, the old dead
Damn.
hards, and gets out. And I was like, "Oh, you asshole!" And I was
Yeah.
laughing. I was like, "Oh, that's so funny." And I posted that on TikTok, and people are like, "Skill issue, get good. You're fucking
Oh
trash.
God.
You're trash bag killer." And I'm like, "Dude, I'm just trying to have fun with Insidious. Like, I just wanted one little moment of surprising
This is
somebody.
crazy, man. I feel that
Um,
one. I think I had a
yeah,
moment like that where I got CJ'd, right?
yeah.
I got CJ'd and I posted it on TikTok. And like for anybody that watches my stream, I know what a CJ is. I do it every
Oh yeah,
stream. Every stream. And they're
yeah,
like, oh man, you suck. How'd you still fall for a CJ in 2022? Like, man's really fell for a CJ.
yeah. Oh yeah,
Like, bruh, you think I'm posting myself getting shit on like for no reason? Like,
yeah,
you think I don't
yeah.
know
You
this?
have control. Yeah, it would be a different story if that was me CJing you, and I'm like, I went up against Greaser and I CJ'd this noob. Like it would be a totally different story. But it was
Yeah, yeah,
you putting your own like quote unquote fail
yeah.
on your own content. What do you think? Like I'm gonna ask this a general question. You can take it whatever
Okay.
way you want to take it. What do you think of the state of Dead by Daylight right now?
Ooh, ooh, that's a good one. Damn. So one of the most recent updates, not the DLC before that, where they did the huge perk rework, and they give killers a bunch of like quality of life buffs, right?
Yeah.
Recover
Hmm.
quicker from a connected M1. Survivors make
Hmm.
less distance after they get hit.
Yeah.
Um, I thought all that was good. I was all for it. The only thing I don't
Hmm.
like is the increase kicking speed to gens and
Hmm.
the increased bonus to drag kicking gens, because now it's
Okay.
encouraged such a boring kicking gens meta to the point where killers forget that their goal or their objective is to kill, not go
Yeah.
kick a gen, not go chase
Hmm.
somebody for 5 seconds. Oh wait, I gotta go kick my gen. I'll be right back.
Yeah.
That's what this meta encourages, and I'm just not a fan of it. And
Mm.
as far as for the
Yeah.
survivor side, I think the devs are doing a good job of trying to fix the issue, but
Hmm.
they're approaching the issue in the wrong way, and specifically with like boons. I think healing is like an issue in the game, and I think
Yeah.
the way to solve this is not by reducing the healing speed. No, I just think that when a survivor boons a totem, a
Hmm.
killer snuffs it, they shouldn't be able to boon that same totem anymore.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think that'll make it
That's
fair.
yeah. I agree with that. The one change I want to see, and I posted it on my podcast this morning or last night. I want to see a big buff to Decisive Strike. Like
Above,
I want to a buff. Yeah, like I was like, let's go crazy with it because like tunneling right now is like the hot thing for
yeah,
killers. It,
yeah,
it has been for a
yep,
long time, and in the most recent update, they're like, okay, well, we're going to give you base kit, borrowed time, and haste for 10 seconds so you can get to
mm-hmm.
safety after getting off a hook. It's still not enough. So, like,
Yeah,
if they truly want to punish, or at least if they truly want to discourage killers from tunneling after somebody gets off hook, why not make Decisive Strike like insanely powerful at the beginning of the game?
now
So,
hear me out. Hear me out. You said
yeah,
DS, right? Let's make this
yeah,
game fun for killers. Make it fun, right?
yeah,
We can't
yeah,
buff DS, right? Killer mins are gonna get
yeah,
butthurt. What? DS? I want to be
yeah,
able to tunnel. All right, cool. Let me give you an incentive to not tunnel. I
yeah.
get DS was like meta. It was boring to see the same perks all the time. Cool, cool, cool.
Oh, yeah.
It's easy to tunnel now. Let's encourage killers to not tunnel by giving them a built-in Mori. And I've been saying this for so long. I think
Hmm.
Behavior has thought about it, but they haven't done it. If a killer
Hmm.
gets a built-in Mori, I don't think a killer should bring an offering for a Mori. They should
Yeah.
already have it in them. If they hook
Oh, yeah.
everybody one time, they
Hmm.
unlock a Mori, at least a green Mori, where they can Mori the next
Oh,
survivor that's
yeah.
dead on hook. That'll
Yeah.
encourage killers to go for everybody and get that Mori.
That'd be cool.
Who doesn't
I
want to get
like
a free
that
Mori?
idea. Yeah.
Right?
I think, yeah, that would be sweet. I think they talked about it like about a year ago where
Yep. Mhm.
there's going to be that built-in Mori for the last survivor so they can't like crawl to the corner and go die.
I see.
So they'll knock down the last survivor and it'll automatically go into the Mori and you just kill them. You don't
I
have to
just feel
like,
this way it'll encourage them to go for everybody and not just tunnel one person.
yeah,
They'll get
that's
rewarded,
cool.
right?
Yeah, yeah. I like that. My thing was that let's make Decisive Strike have tokens so that when a gen gets fixed, you lose a token. And but when you have max tokens, it's like insanely like stun the killer for 12 seconds or
Oh,
something
I see.
stupid like that, you know?
Yeah.
But when you lose a token, it goes down to 10 seconds or whatever the case may be. So that when all the gens are fixed, all your tokens are gone and decisive strike's no longer a thing. And that way it would, I, I hope that would at least discourage killers from tunneling because they're using a full perk slot to say, hey, if the killer does tunnel me, they get hit with like a really long stun at
Yeah.
the beginning of the game because like I played a couple nights ago and I was getting farmed off hook like every game I was playing. I was getting caught every time the first time and I wasn't running exhaustion perks. I just wasn't running well. And but yeah, I was getting farmed and killers would just tunnel me out and I'm like, man, I wish I could just like stun them for like a really long time the first time they
Yeah.
catch me and then DS is gone and I don't know.
Yeah,
I
it's
think
easy to tunnel now. It's too easy because who runs DS now? Nobody runs. So like
yeah,
killers know that. They know it got
yeah.
nerfed to the ground. Survivors don't want to run it, so it's easier to
Hmm.
tunnel now. They know they don't have it.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's the thing. Like, even when they do, it's only a 3 second
Only three
stun. So
seconds.
it's
Oh
like,
my gosh! Yeah, you don't make
yeah,
any distance. Playing Blight or
no,
Nurse,
yeah,
might
yeah,
as well not use DS.
yeah, yeah. Like
I've
any
been hit
killer
with
with,
DS. I've been hit with DS, and I promise you,
yeah,
there's a clip of it on my stream. Played Blight, got hit
hmm
with DS, bounce rush with Blight. I downed him in 2 seconds. He made zero distance. I promise you.
that sounds about right. Yeah, that's the crazy thing
Yeah,
about new DS. It's just it's. I thought it was fine the way it was before. What was it? I think it was a 5 second stun.
five
It
seconds.
was
Yeah,
yeah. It was better than what it is now. It's basically a useless perk. That gives me
yeah.
an idea. I should try run a build where I'm pretending it's 2020 and I'm like, prove thyself, unbreakable, decisive strike, dead hard, like would it still be viable today? Probably not, but it would
Probably
be fun
not.
to see.
Probably not. Unbreakable.
Yeah.
I mean, killers think Unbreakable is crazy. The reason why I don't find Unbreakable an issue, and I'm grateful that the devs didn't touch it, is because
Hmm.
Unbreakable really only works if you're in a Swift, an altruistic
Yeah.
Swift, and if you slug.
Yeah.
If you other than that, you're not using Unbreakable.
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
you would
that's
never use
true.
Unbreakable in a solo queue.
Yeah.
Killer's not gonna slug in
No,
solo queue really.
yeah, you basically have to be on comms with friends and
Yeah,
be like,
and
okay, I'm
gravitate.
gonna
Yeah.
trade with you here.
Mhm.
They'll chase you. I'll get up with unbreakable stuff like
Mhm.
that. It has to be like a coordinated move.
Yeah.
Um, I think I better get wrapping up here pretty soon because
Okay.
I'm on my lunch break. And oh, by the way, happy birthday, dude! It's your birthday weekend,
Thank you,
right?
thank you, thank you. Yeah, we're celebrating my birthday today. Yeah,
That's
I won't be
awesome,
available all
dude.
weekend. I'm gonna be out with my
Yeah.
fiance, so we got to celebrate
Hmm.
today.
Right on. What you want? I guess by the time people hear this, it'll be in the past. But do you want to talk about your plans for today?
Plans for
Because you're doing
today.
you're
So
doing like a
tonight, I am streaming on Twitch. Birthday stream. I have a bunch of incentives because I know a lot of people. I
hmm
wanted to be really kind and gift subs and I donate. And I'm someone that
yeah
it's hard for me to accept stuff without giving back.
yeah
So I went out and
yeah
bought a lot of stuff, and this is one of the things I
hmm
bought. The one chip, and they're
oh
gonna see me in
yeah
pain today as a form of me
yeah.
saying thank you for being with me. So yeah, a lot of fun
Right
stuff
on,
tonight.
dude. That's awesome. Do you like spicy foods? Do you
I
usually eat
do, but
spicy
like
stuff?
people
Yeah.
are telling me this isn't like freaking hot sauce from Taco Bell. This is spicy.
Yeah.
So I'm
Oh
scared.
yeah. It'll probably cause some pain because I did the Hot Ones challenge when it first started getting popular a couple
Oh
years
really?
ago. Yeah,
That's
I
awesome.
was worried for my health near the end. I was
Oh
like, my heart
man,
was racing. I was like sweating and like my whole body felt hot. And I was like, oh my god, oh make it stop! It hurts so bad. And then
you're
like,
scaring me.
yeah, I put my hand on my arm, not thinking about like putting a hot sauce on my arm, but like my arm started to burn because I touched my skin. So I'm
No
sure you're aware, but
way.
like make sure you're careful with your hands. Like don't touch anywhere on your face after handling
Yeah.
that. You probably want to wear like literally like wear a glove or something because
Okay.
that shit's hardcore, dude.
What do you recommend?
Uh
Ice cream, milk?
Milk helps. Yeah, I'm told milk helps. I wasn't smart enough to think of that ahead of time, so water didn't really do anything for me. It
Yeah.
was just I just had to sit and be in pain and like
No
oh
way.
It was hardcore. Yeah.
I'm
But
kind
that
of
was
scared,
like the
man.
full hot one. That was the full hot ones challenge. And by the time we got to zombie apocalypse back in that season, that's when the pain started to happen. It was like the seventh sauce or something like that. So
Yeah, yeah.
well, good luck with that, man. I guess I like to end the podcast by like giving you a chance to plug anything you're doing. Like,
Oh
where can
man.
people find you? Yeah.
So right now my main platform is Twitch, LA underscore
Hmm.
greaser. I've been trying to stream every day aside from Saturdays, 7:30
Hmm.
p.m. PST. Sometimes we do open lobbies. So if anybody's interested in learning how to use a flashlight, or you already know how to use it and you want to show off, I think that's the perfect place. I love that flashlight
Right
place.
on. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You're on Twitter and
We're
TikTok,
on
right?
Twitter too. So you guys want us to follow more of my like personal life? I do post me and my fiance on the Twitter.
Hmm.
Also LA underscore greaser. Same thing on
Hmm.
TikTok. I post some of my cool clips, what I think are cool, but I'm just the boosted
Yeah.
survivor main. Pub Juker. You can find it on TikTok as
Yeah.
well. LA underscore greaser TTV.
Right on. Cool. Thanks for doing this, man. I really appreciate it. I
Nah,
had
thank
had a
you,
freaking
man. Thank
blast.
you. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, and doors always open. You want to come back? Just let me know.
I appreciate it, homie. Thank you.
Okay, everybody, thank you very much for listening. I hope you enjoyed the interview. Be sure, please, to rate the podcast on whatever platform you're listening on, whether it's Spotify, iTunes. Hey, oh
Oh,
yeah,
oh.
there you
I
go.
was telling him to rate it. Like link in
Yeah,
description.
link in description. Hit the thumbs up button if you're watching on YouTube. Do all those things. It does help with the algorithm, and I am slowly climbing the ranks in the Dead by Daylight
Yes, sir.
section on Spotify. So
Yes,
let's
sir.
go. Cool, Greaser, thanks so much for doing this, man. Have yourself a good day and have a good birthday weekend.
Thank you, homie. I appreciate it.